I am Reed. I am 27, just an average dude. IV made tons of money mistakes in my 20s, and now I want to share everything I've learned to help you take control of your finances and your life. So here we are. I opened my accounts this morning, and honestly, I had to laugh because otherwise I would probably cry a little bit. My Bitcoin wallet right now is down over 20 grand as we speak. My stock portfolio dropped another 10 grand on top of that. I am looking at red across every single screen I own, and I am sitting here thinking, thank God, please let it drop more. I already dumped in 50 grand this week between Bitcoin and indexes, and I am not done. I am really not done. I know that sounds insane. I know it sounds like I am either lying or I've lost my mind completely. But let me explain, because I think this is the single most important thing you will hear this year if you are in your 20s or 30s. The next few months might genuinely change your financial life forever if you don't screw it up. Like most people will, here is what is happening out there right now. Michael Burry, the guy who shorted the housing market in 2008 and made a fortune, just shut down his firm. He called it quits. Warren Buffett stopped doing his annual letters this week, which a lot of people are saying could be a sign he might step down. Companies everywhere are laying people off left and right. I am seeing tech layoffs, finance layoffs, retail layoffs. It feels like nobody is safe. People are panicking. I've got friends texting me every single day asking if they should sell. People are checking their portfolios every hour like it is going to change their life in that 60-minute window. There is so much fear right now. It is honestly palpable. And here's the thing that I don't think. Enough people truly understand deep in their bones. This is exactly the opportunity you have been waiting for. Even if you don't realize it yet, even if it does feel like it, most people are going to waste this. They are going to let fear control their decisions, and they are going to look back in 5 years and kick themselves so hard. But for those of us who can keep our heads straight, who can understand what is actually happening, and who have the guts to act when everyone else is frozen, I want you to stop for a second. I want you to actually hear me out, because I am going to show you how to use this moment to build real wealth. This is not theory. This is not me reading off some textbook or regurgitating what some guru said on Twitter. These are strategies I am literally using right now while my portfolio is bleeding out. Let me also be super clear about who I am, because I think that matters. I am not a financial advisor. I am not some Wall Street guy. I am a 27-year-old dude from a regular family. No inheritance, no connections, no fancy finance degree. I started my 20s absolutely clueless about money. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was using credit cards to buy stuff I did not need. I had no savings, no plan, no idea what I was doing. I was that guy. The only reason I'm even in a position to talk about this stuff is because I made so many mistakes and eventually started learning from them. So take everything I say with that context. I am just sharing what has worked for me. You do you. But I genuinely believe this stuff can help if you let it. All right, let me get into the core concept first, because if you do not understand this, nothing else I say will make sense. Why do market crashes even make you rich in the first place? Think about it this way. If you are in your 20s or 30s, you are in the accumulation phase of your life. You are not trying to preserve wealth. You barely have any wealth to preserve in the first place. I know that sounds harsh, but it is true for most of us. I do not have millions sitting around. I am barely scratching the surface of what I want to build. So why on earth would I want assets to be expensive right now? Why would I want to pay top dollar for everything when I have 30 or 40 years of earning potential ahead of me? I am not cashing out anytime soon. I am not retiring next year. I have decades before I need to touch this money, so I want things on sale. I want to stack as many assets as possible while they are cheap. I know it looks sexy on your phone when everything is deep in the green. I have been guilty of this too. You open your app and you see those numbers going up and you feel like a genius. It feels good. But that feeling is dangerous if it makes you forget that your goal is accumulation, not showing off a screenshot. The wealthy people I know, the ones who actually have real money, they buy when everyone else is selling, they sell when everyone else is buying. That is not some cheesy motivational poster quote. That is literally how wealth transfers happen. Money moves from emotional people to patient people. Right now, that transfer is happening in front of your eyes. The question is, which side are you going to be on? Real wealth is built in bear markets. You realize it in bull markets decades later when you are in your 50s or 60s. Everyone wants to feel rich when Bitcoin is at all-time highs and stocks are pumping through the roof, but that is not when the real wealth is created. That is when it is displayed. The actual building happens right now when nobody wants to buy. Your job in your 20s and 30s is to accumulate as much as possible during times like this. If you do that, I promise you in 5 to 10 years, you are going to look back and wonder why you did not invest even more. All right, let me walk you through the 5 strategies I am actually using right now. Strategy 1 is simple and boring, and it works every single time. Dollar cost averaging. I am a big believer in lump sum investing when you have the cash, but I also love keeping some powder dry for moments exactly like this. If I had put every single dollar I had into Bitcoin when I first got super interested in it, I would be down an embarrassing amount right now, and I would probably be kicking myself every single day. I am so glad I did not do that. I am so glad I kept cash on the sidelines so I can get aggressive. Now, when it actually matters, here is my logic, and I want you to really think about this. If I believe Bitcoin was a good investment at $100,000, why would I not buy it at $80,000? If I believed it was good at 100, why would I not want it at 60 or 70? If I believe the S&P was solid at 6,000 points, why would I not buy it at 5,400 or 5,600? Assets do not stop being good investments just because the price drops. That is genuinely one of the silliest ideas I have ever heard. If anything, they become better investments because you are getting more for your money. So right now, I am dumping in a ton. I do not care what the price does today or tomorrow. I am DCing through this entire mess. My personal rule is if something drops 1% or more, I double up, I triple up, I get aggressively stupid with it. I have screenshots I could show you. I am not kidding. If you look at historical data, every single market crash has eventually recovered and gone higher. I am not saying it will be perfect. There is always a chance everything could blow up. I am not naive. But look at 2008, look at 2020, look at the dot-com bubble, look at Black Monday in 1987. Every single one of those crashes recovered, and the people who kept buying during those moments, they are the ones who built generational wealth they can retire whenever they want. So just stop panicking. DCA and chill. Stop checking your portfolio every freaking minute. That is strategy 1. Strategy 2 is where most people mess up during a crash. And honestly, this is where I messed up in 2020. Build a cash flow business. When the market drops, people freeze. They see their investments down and they stop taking action. I am glad I did not sell back then, but I am pissed that I did not get more aggressive. I should have been building harder than ever. Market crashes expose something important about the economy. People tighten their spending, businesses struggle, but you need income. You need more income so you can keep buying assets while they are cheap. That is the whole point. So what can you actually start in the next couple of days? What can you start over a weekend? You could start creating content literally today with your phone. You could start flipping items on eBay. People are desperate to sell stuff during crashes. You can buy low and flip high. In my opinion, the best option is starting an online service business. People still need their problems solved. Businesses still need leads. They still need automations. They still need landing pages and copywriting and all that stuff. Whatever you can do to offer real value, go sell the heck out of it. Use the fear and uncertainty as fuel instead of letting it freeze you. Most people let this moment paralyze them. You need to let it motivate you to start that business you have been thinking about for months or years. Just do it, dude. Who cares? If it is not perfect, just start cash flow. Protects you from being forced to sell your investments at a loss, which is something I will talk about more in a minute. If you have money coming in extra income on top of your regular job, you never have to touch your portfolio when it is down. You can ride out any storm, you can be stoic and chill while everyone else is freaking out. That alone is worth more than any investment strategy I could teach you. Strategy 3 goes hand in hand with that. Increase your income. You might not need to start a full business, but you need to fix this if you are living paycheck to paycheck. That is the biggest issue I see. If you are stressed about money right now, it is because your income is not high enough. There are only so many subscriptions and expenses you can cut. You need to earn more. This might sound counterintuitive, but crashes can actually be a great time to ask for a raise. When everyone else is panicking and unstable and you are staying calm and reliable, that makes you more valuable to your company. Companies need steady people during uncertain times, but beyond your main job, you need to be aggressive about side income. Every $500 extra a month or $1,000 extra, that could be your entire investment for that month. $500 a month during a crash could be worth $5,000 in passive income in a decade or two. Your earning potential is your biggest asset in your 20s and 30s. It is way bigger than your portfolio right now. Focus on increasing that, and everything else will flow down into your investments. If you have nothing to invest in the first place, none of what I am saying matters. You need money coming in. Strategy 4 is huge, and I think this is where a lot of people mess up. Stay liquid. I made a funny video about real estate a couple weeks ago, and this ties into the same idea. The worst mistake you can make is panic selling or locking your money into hard assets that you cannot access. You lock in your losses, and then you miss the recovery. Do not do that. Keep cash liquid. Keep your emergency fund solid so you are never forced to sell investments to pay bills or cover stupid stuff. That is how people destroy everything they need to pay off a car loan, because they are underwater or they need to cover a medical bill and they sell at the worst possible time. It breaks my heart seeing that happen. The only caveat I have is investing in yourself. That is the only time it makes sense to sell an asset. If you can use that money to level up your skills, get a degree, or invest in a program that will increase your earning potential, that is understandable. But for everything else, cash is king right now. I do not normally say that because I am usually all about investing, but having cash on hand is very, very good. Not just for buying investments, but for other opportunities too. Businesses could be cheap to buy. You could get financing on good terms, assets are on sale, people with real problems will pay for solutions. If you have no cash cushion, you cannot take advantage of any of this. Keep at least 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. That lets you be opportunistic instead of desperate and hoping things turn around quickly. You want things to be on sale for as long as possible. Seriously. Strategy 5 is one that does not get talked about enough. Level up. Your skill set. Everyone is doom scrolling right now. Everyone is playing video games and wasting time. I have been playing Modern Warfare 2 less and less because I realized I need to use this time better. Use this moment to get better. Market crashes are perfect for investing in yourself. Learn skills that make money. Sales and marketing are probably my favorites, but coding, content creation, AI, anything that directly translates into higher income is worth your time. The return on investing in yourself is infinite. It is better than any stock or crypto investment I could talk about because you can use those skills for the rest of your life. Nobody can take what is in your brain. Most people waste these times worrying and freezing. Smart people use this time when everyone is freaking out to become more valuable. And when you become more valuable, you get paid more. That skill you build is the thing you will sell for the rest of your career. So you earn more, you invest more, and you accelerate your wealth building that much faster. Now, I know you probably have some objections running through your head. I know there is some mindset stuff we need to get through. Let me address the biggest ones. First, you are not losing money right now. You are buying on sale. You have not sold anything until you physically press that sell button. Don't do that. Your Bitcoin did not disappear. Your stocks did not vanish. You own the exact same number of assets. They are just in the red on paper. And they are cheaper now, which is good when you are still accumulating. You have not lost anything unless you sell. Second, 10 years from now, I promise you are going to wish you bought more. Last year, I took advantage of a promo at my brokerage and put in 100 grand. I wish I had put in 300 or 400,000 because I would be up so much more. Or even in April, I was such an idiot. I put in maybe 40 or 50 grand. I should have tripled and quadrupled up when I had the cash. I was an idiot for being too cautious. You are living in that moment right now. Please learn from my mistakes. Future you is going to thank present you for being brave when it was hard. Third, your net worth in your 20s and 30s really does not matter that much. I know I talk about numbers a lot, but the actual number right now is not the point. Your trajectory matters way more. I would rather be worth $100,000 and growing fast than $500,000 and stagnant. Focus on the direction you are heading, not the number on the screen. Separate your emotions from your money. Money is just a tool. It is a means to an end. Do not let it control how you feel, especially the markets. The stock market does not care about your feelings. It is going to do what it is going to do regardless of how much you panic. Here are a few mistakes to avoid. Do not panic sell and lock in your losses only to hate yourself later. Do not go into debt to invest. You need a cash cushion. Do not put money in that you will need in 6 months or even a year or two. Only invest money that you can leave alone for at least 5 years minimum. And do not ignore the moment we are in right now. This is massive. A wealth transfer is happening right in front of your eyes. It is happening as we speak. I want you to take advantage of it. Again, this is not financial advice. I am just some dude sharing what has worked for me. But in 5 years, there are going to be so many people saying, I wish I bought during that time. I wish I bought when things were bleeding. Do not let that be you. Be the person who acted when it was scary. Be the person who stayed calm when everyone else lost their mind. That is how you build something real. All right, let us keep crushing. As always, if you made it this far, I want to see you win. We will see you in the next one. Peace.